Hello, welcome to another episode of Big Man in the Woods. Now today I'm at home. We're still in lockdown and I thought, everyone's outside in the garden playing. I've come inside and do some What's the Point Of series. So we did one earlier on called What's the Point of the World Badge, the membership badge that we all wear on our left breast pocket on our Scout uniform. And then lots of people were talking about how cool it was. So I thought, you know what? I'll do some more of What's the Point Of. And in this episode, we're talking about what's the point of the Scout Necker. So there's an ongoing debate throughout the whole of the world in scouting. What is this called? Is it called a necker? Is it called a scarf? Well, BP actually calls it a neckerchief. Does that answer the question? I don't know. I have been calling it a scarf for 10 years, but recently I've been calling it a necker because most of my scout mates call it necker, so I don't know. But what the official name is a neckerchief. But where did it come from? Why do scouts wear this on our uniform? Okay, so we wear our uniform that changes from country to country, but our necker, our scarf, is the same design throughout the whole of the world of scouting. It originated back in 1896, okay, when BP was in the Second Matabele War, and he worked alongside an American soldier for the British Army. Frederick Russell was his name, okay, and Frederick was wearing this neckerchief around his neck, and he got the idea from there. So in 1908, as we know, BP wrote this book called Scouting for Boys, and it first appeared in that book that BP Baden-Powell was telling that the part of the scouting uniform was to wear a neckerchief. So it comes in two sizes. There's an adult size and a young person size. It's a triangular bit of cloth. And as well as being an identity, okay, so we can always see who we are from a distance. It identifies as a group, and Baden-Powell in 1908 wrote this quote: "Very like uniform worn by men when I commanded the South African Constabulary. Every troop has its own scarf colour. Since the honour of your troop is bound up in the scarf, you must be careful to keep it tidy and clean." So Baden-Powell does refer to it in 1908 book as a scarf, but necker comes along. No one quite knows where the word necker came from, but it identifies us as our individual scout group. Now you might see groups with the same colour scarf. I don't know how to answer that. There's only a certain amount of colours and palettes, isn't there? But people have different mixtures. Some have a branded one colour. So my scout group is a royal blue. People have 2 colours, 3 colours, patterns on it. This is my own Big Man in the Woods camo one, just to identify me. But not only is it an identifier of the group, it plays a different part wherever we are. So you can use these for different things, these neckerchiefs. So for instance, we know it's a triangular cloth. I can't remember the measurements off the top of my head, but we could, in a first aid situation, use it as a triangular bandage and pin it up so we can use it. We could also use it if we're in a dusty or smoky place as a bit of a bandana for our face mask. We could also use it as a bandana in the sunshine to keep the sun off our head. There's a million and one uses that we could use this triangular bit of cloth, or known as our necker. So we could use it to keep the sun off our head. Okay, you can use it for water filtration. Look at my hair. You can use it for water filtration a bit. If we're trying to get particles, we could pour the water through here. It's not designed this, I wouldn't recommend that, but that's another way that BP says you can use it for water filtration. So there we are. That's a brief what's the point of having a scarf or neckerchief. It's all here on Big Man in the Woods. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll do some more of these. Don't forget to subscribe and like Big Man in the Woods for future vlogs. Until next time, guys, take care and see you next in What's the Point Of.